When the war started, men scratched holes in the earth to protect themselves from exploding shells and bullets. But as the rival armies of Europe became bogged down along the Western Front, they used all their manpower and industrial might to build a vast maze of trenches and tunnels. Few soldiers could have imagined that they would be living and fighting below ground for years. Trenches were usually twisting and narrow to make it harder for enemy raiders to rush through them. They were just deep enough to protect the average-sized man for any watching snipers, but thousands still died from head wounds. The most dangerous times of year were at dawn and dusk, when the charging light made it difficult to spot attacks. Every man had to be on full alert, peering into the stretch of shell-scarred land that stretched to the enemy's front line. This ghostly strip of churned-up mud and tangled barbed wire was known as No Man's Land. It was scattered with dead bodies and crawled with rats and other vermin attacked to the attracted to the stench of the battlefield. Soldiers died every day in the trenches for falling shells, bullets, and disease, but they enjoyed some luxuries too. Letters and parcels from home arrived quickly, and men read newspapers and books in quiet moments. British troops received a daily tot of rum in harsh weather, and the Germans drank beer and brandy. In 1915, the British and French launched a series of huge attacks along the Western Front. The raids were disastrous, as troops marched across no man's land into an impenetrable curtain of German machine gun fire. Army generals needed new tactics to break the enemy line, but instead of they began talking of a war of a attrition. They planned to keep fighting, grinding down the Germans until they had no more reinforcements or fighting men. This master plan claimed the lives of millions. Mud and rain went into the trenches, were easily flooded, and needed constant maintenance. Soldiers were taking a break from repairing a trench, and they wrapped in scarves and furs to keep warm and dry as possible. By the end of the war, there were over 32,200 kilometres of trenches dug into the mud of the Western Front. On the morning of Christmas Day 1914, curious British and German soldiers put down their weapons and wandered into no man's land. For several hours they chatted with each other, shaking hands, trading goods and collecting their dead.